Hello everybody, my name is Takriva and welcome to Europa Universalis 4, playing Wealth of Nations, the new expansion that just released today. And I'm really excited to get back into Europa Universalis. It's my favorite game, probably after Civilization, but I play a lot of Civilization. Oh boy. Anyway, yes, UU4 gives us Wealth of Nations, which is mostly an upgrade to the way trade works and makes everything stronger. Yesterday I did a little vlog post in which I asked you what nation should I play, and the votes came out 4 in favor of the Mamluks, 3 in favor of Venice, and now as my final ruling of being the guy who actually has to play, I'm going to go with Venice in this case, because Venice will be a little bit better in showing off the new features, and it will also have a bit of a stronger starting position, but at the same time a much more perilous starting position, I would wonder, because, well, the Mamluks are of course being set up to be very, well, in strife with the Ottomans. Venice has of course its next door neighbor Austria, and that's going to be fun in the end nonetheless. Anyway, let's get into the game, and yeah, the first time I tried this it actually crashed, but that was possibly because, yeah, that was because I had still got a mod active. Disabling that actually got us here. Now, welcome to Venice. We get a couple of provinces here. We have of course our capital of Venice. We have Verona, Brescia, Treviso, Friuli and Istria, which is our North Italian core lands, basically. Then we have Dalmatia over here, and down here we actually have Corfu as a vassal, and we also have a core on the island itself, so at one point we will be integrating them. Naxos is also a vassal of ours, not a core though, but integration will work towards that. And then we have, of course, Crete as part of it. And it's Orthodox. There are some Orthodox areas within the nation. So if we look... oh, we have too few rivals. Oh yeah, that's new features. So if you look at subjects, we have Naxos and Corfu. If you look at religion, we have one non-Catholic province in the form of Crete. And we could make Crete a vassal, but I kind of still want some power left over in diplomatically. Now, new features, of course, the first one is the fact that power projection is really important. Now, power protection, what it does is it allows us to show our power to our neighbors, and the more we fight our neighbors, the more power we shall be giving out and letting them know that, hey, look, we are stronger than you, so we get advantages. So if we have more than 25 power projection, we get a free leader. At least we don't have to pay upkeep to a leader, we still have to hire them. And when you have more than 50 power projection, we gain +1 of each power every month, which is ridiculously strong, to be fair. We currently have 3 out of 4 diplomatic relations, so let's look at that. We are vassals with Corfu and Naxos, and we are guaranteeing the independence of the Knights, which is Rhodes down here. That would be this island. Transfer trade power. Ask if the knight wants to transfer part of their trade power to do. Yeah, it would do that. Also a new thing with the patch or the expansion, you can ask for trade power. Justify trade conflict, must have at least 20 total. So you can actually have a conflict over trade power and force people to do stuff. So if I revoke the guarantee, no one will be called to war against the country who attacks them. Yeah, the thing is, I would really prefer to just vassalize them. Cannot enter royal marriage on both sides, which is also an issue, of course. Anyway, things we should do first. We have 2 diplomats, we have 3 merchants, 1 in Alexandria, Venice, and Vienna. So Vienna we're pushing towards here, of course. From Alexandria we are pushing, of course. And in Venice we are simply collecting, which is very strong. We have 37 of the trade power in this node, which is perfectly fine. Now, first we're going to have to set our rivals. Rivals can be set here. Austria cannot be set as a rival, which basically means that they are quite stronger than us at this point. So before we even set a rival, I'm going to go with Austria and see what they have. They have Burgundy, Hungary. Oh, we are a rival of Venice in itself, but Hungary is their enemy and their rival as well. So for now, I'm going to... Ooh, wow, minus 78 because we're rivals. Border friction is high. It's western part of the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, they are the emperor. I'm going to improve relations with Austria because it's quite important to me that Austria is at least be kept a little bit happy before they get to blow up too much. And this also means that one of our rivals will go to be... No, ourselves, view your country. One of our rivals is going to be Hungary because they already have a crappy stuff. So here you can see how much weaker their army and navies are. We have quite a strong navy, to be honest. So we'll set Hungary as a rival, and this gives us possibly the opportunity to take Lika and get a much longer coastline, which is good. And this will also benefit our relationship with Austria, because enemy of enemy will go up in over a long time, basically. It will go up, and that's going to help us as well. And we cannot enter a royal marriage either. But we still need more rivals because, yeah, we need rivals to actually get power projection going. Opinion of Milan. I think Milan is definitely going to be our rival as well because they are right close to us and everything. And finally we'll set one more rival. Savoy would be decent rival. Switzerland, we're next to it as well, but not entirely sure. I think Aragon would be okay, but they are stronger and they are quite happy right now, so I would like to keep them happy for now. Actually, we're just going to rival Bosnia, because it will give us a chance to expand this way as well. And finally, because Ragusa has trade dispute against them, because we can, I'm going to fabricate a claim on Ragusa. Takes us a year, if we discover 7.5, aggressive expansion. Yeah, most people won't like it, but it's not a lot yet, so, and the claim will last for a while. And I would really like to take Ragusa at any point, which is going to be useful. We don't have units on Crete, which is fine. So that's the first thing. Revolts are possible on Crete. Next up, we have some advisor slots to fill. We have a lot of treasury left over. So anyone with +1 is fine. This one is just way too expensive, even though it's prestige. Do we even have inflation yet? We don't, so let's look at the other ones first. Morale of navies, yes, we are definitely going to be a naval power in the Mediterranean, so that's something I will like. National manpower goes up, or fort defense goes up. Fort defense will give you more power when you are being sieged, so we'll go with Master Recruiter Leonardo Moricini. I'll get the Master of the Mint, just so I can get the +1 every month. Truces will expire with Milan and the Ottomans, so in 2 years I can actually attack Milan, which is something we will probably want to do at that point. So, policies are also new, but you need to have at least 2 completed idea groups before that happens. Oh, look at this! Remove Ragusa from the map. And does that not give me a claim on Ragusa? Yeah, so I can already send this guy back home, because we have a claim now. And this means that Ragusa has got not a lot left, so I'm actually going to attach them to transports instantly. Send the transports to Dalmatia. You're going to protect the trade in Venice, so we get even more trade power in the zone and get more money. And since we're now at a point where Ragusa is like, hey dude, this is sad, of course, the fact that I already sent the diplomat before checking. They have the chance to ally up, which is quite sad for me, but in the end we're going to remove Ragusa from the map because it's a cheap, easy mission to do. Other things we can do is forming Italy, and what do we need? We need Lombardia, which is this one, we need Firenze, we need Roma, I think Ancona, and one more, probably Modena. No, Siena. So we need these 4 and Lombardia to form Italy. We might follow that at one point as well. Italy is also quite strong and gets a lot of free cores. I mean, we gain a claim on the entire Italian region, so it's not free cores, but it just a lot, but you also change into a despotic monarchy. Not possibly the most ideal things. Strongest trade power in Genoa, Venice, Tunis, Ragusa, and Alexandria. That's something we're going to follow. We're definitely going to confirm the thalassocracy. Yeah, this is what we're going to fight for the Côte d'Azur naval thing. Yes, indeed. The other one is, oh, there's another one added, and that's one on the east coast of, basically in the Indian Ocean, Zanzibar, Gulf of Aden, Indus, Ceylon, Bengal, Malacca. That's basically India. We'll probably get to India at one point as well. I mean, being a trade nation, having the Suez Canal opened will also be useful. Now, right now we're getting 8 on each, which is actually quite strong at the beginning. We have a good leader to start off with Doge Francesco Foscarini. But let's look at the ideas that we get. Venetian ideas, we get 10% trade efficiency and 10% trade power abroad. And once we finish 21 ideas here, we will also get 50% galley compatibility. Very, very strong for a nation in a sea like the Mediterranean. Now, Venetian arsenal, our first idea. Dating from the 12th century, the arsenal of Venice is the foundation that our power rests upon. To ensure we remain powerful, we must expand the arsenal so that more ships can be produced. 25% more naval force limit, and galley cost goes down with 20%. Really, really good. Printing industry. Since the invention of the printing press, the people of Venice have shown an aptitude towards its use. We should encourage the industry as the benefits to Venice are manifest. Gets us an extra diplomat. That's so strong in an area with a lot of nations like Europe. And it will allow us to do a lot of diplomatic vassalization, keeping people happy, because we're kind of the intruder along the kingdoms with our merchant stuff. So yeah. So next up, the Stato da Mar. Trade is the lifeblood of Venice. Oh yes, it is. And the management of our overseas trade stations is vital to our trading interests. By centralizing the administration of these territories into a single unit, we will handle our trade. No, we will enhance our trade. National trade income modifier 10% goes up. Not bad. Found the State Inquisition. The State Inquisition is a panel of 3 judges set up to deal with threats to internal security. The panel's small size means they can deal quickly with threats, and it won't take them long to establish a network of agents both at home and abroad to root out the traitors. 30% national spy defense. You know, I've talked about getting it a while in a lot of games, and this time we are definitely going for espionage ideas. Yes, we are going to get it at one point. Of course, naval and or trade is going to be more important to get, but we're going to get espionage this time around and actually have a fun time with it. Conscription. For as long as Venice has stood our galley, oarsmen have been free men who worked for a wage. But an acute manpower shortage is making it harder to find qualified men to do the work. We have but no choice but to resort to conscription for our galleys. Naval maintenance modifier minus 25%. Really strong. Defend the law. It has come to our attention that some members of the clergy have been guilty of petty crimes. We are going to defy the church authorities and ensure that all citizens are equal before the law. Yeah, it's fun to pronounce the law, like Sylvester Stallone, or at least coming close to. I have that tendency with the weird accents, just bear with me. Stability cost modifier goes down by 10%, and time to justify trade conflict goes down by 10%. Oh, trade conflict, nice. Found the Provveditoria Beni Inculti. The Department for Uncultivated Natural Resources was set up to assist in the draining of marshland, the irrigation of dry lands. The goal is to improve the food supply to Venice. Land attrition and naval attrition go down. There have been some changes in the national ideas as well, and that would be that espionage has moved to the diplomatic ideas, and expansion ideas has moved to the administrative ideas. These two have swapped places, and that's very useful. And we'll be getting espionage and trade and naval. Oh, we're gonna need so much diplomatic points. But this does free up a little bit more for the administrative. And military-wise, I really loved plutocratic playing as the USA the last time around. So we'll definitely go with plutocratic as well. Look there, merchant steering goes up for inland. And that's also something that has been changed, of course. And alright, and unlocking 2 different ideas will also unlock policies. And yeah. Light ship combat ability stuff down there. The Protected Shipping Lanes Act. All these policies, they cost 1 power every month if you implement them, but they can be really, really strong to implement. So let's see, what's the best one? Quantity ship cost by 10%. Merchant Marine is unlikely to be chosen because it doesn't increase galley ability. And the bottom one is more likely with the ship costs. But in the end, possibly only plutocratic will be done in military because, well, we're not focused on military but more on money and stuff. So yeah, espionage. Oh lord. Anyway, let's actually start the game in a second. We can hire a leader, but for now I don't need a leader-ish person. They don't have a leader there. I'll hire one for that army if it's necessary. Am I forgetting anything? Not really. No, I don't think so. So let's unpause it. Let it tick for a day to think of everything we're doing. And there we go. Military access with a lot of nations. Interesting, but not really. So Austria is still at minus 76, which will be a problem if they don't decide to do anything about it. So early in December we can actually fight with these guys. The fleet has arrived, so you guys are going to go out of port. So we can have an instant blockade. Our navy has safely arrived in the Adriatic Sea. Did they hire a leader? They did not hire a leader. If they don't have a leader, I don't need a leader. And the fact that we can instantly attack Ragusa is very useful. Okay, one more day. Paused it too soon. Attack, take Ragusa, of course. Show superiority in the trade dispute can be done, but we kind of want to have the island of the city-state in our grasp. We have declared war. They have no alliances. They are improving relations with Austria. They still have no leader. And they don't look like they're gonna get a leader anytime soon. We have 100% blockade. This is also slightly changed. It's the fact that you need more ships to completely... will transfer trade power to the Hansa. Ooh, that's actually scary. So you actually need an amount of ships to blockade a port based on the base tax of those ports. Now it's only one place, and the fact that we have complete domination over the blockade is making that easy enough. Oh, these guys just ran in for a quick repair base. Now, what is our force limit anyway? So this has also changed the UI for building stuff. So you have land units, naval units, buildings, cores, send missionaries, harsh treatments, and culture changes. So Dalmatia and Istrian are actually Croatian culture. Now I can build more units, and it says exactly the maintenance and what we have of it. So I can easily build up to the force limit with medieval infantry, so I'm going to do that. I want a strong army to be able to combat our neighbors, especially Austria in the beginning. Just taking it a little bit slower this episode, seeing what we can do, and just getting used to the new stuff that's coming in this new expansion. Now what I will also want to do is to fabricate a claim on either Hum or Doge, and they both have a very low chance of being discovered, so I'm actually going to go with Hum then. We're going to be expanding towards the Ottomans, and that's a fight we're going to pick. Right now, of course, we are also rivaled to Hungary, so Lika is also a place I will want to take. So, and eventually Gurs, so we can at least have a coastline that is connected. But for now, it's going to be mostly keeping Austria quite happy with us. So, I'm not entirely sure if Südtirol. Yeah, what I also did is I turned on the new thing, the dynamic naming of provinces. So provinces can change names depending on who owns it. So for instance, these names are all quite Dutch, but if they're not Dutch owners, then they should have a different name. That's why I think Südtirol is a little bit different than it used to be. That's just speculation at this point. And here we have Orthodox Zealots in the Ottoman Empire. Now, the Ottoman Empire is also where I would like to support those rebels and just have them have lots of issues, because the Ottomans need to be countered a bit in this game. Yes, you can see here's the improved relations. It's going up with Austria, which is a good thing. These nations are all improving relations with them, and they are improving relations with Saxony. So they are mostly going to be concerned with the Holy Roman Empire, of course. Now the question is, can I not join the Empire? I probably cannot do that as Merchant Republic and such. It would be nice to be in the Empire. Oh look, my army is done, so let's get everyone into Venice in a centralized point. We're actually getting a fair bit of money, which will allow us to grow tall enough to actually do stuff around us. So, Venice, yes, I know. Everybody gathering in Venice. Gonna get Ragusa pretty soon, and there we go. So now we have a total of 18,000 strong. That was probably the new monarch as elected to office in Novgorod. And Mantua has gotten an alliance with Milan. Now Milan is going to be the pain in the butt, because our biggest issue with taking lands around us is of course the fact that some lands are part of the Holy Roman Empire, but to actually fight inside the Holy Roman Empire without fighting others around us, we would actually need a lot more. Since we already have points in this guy, let's see, I've given them 22 votes so far. Anyone else? I don't think so, so we'll go for De Bonifant. So we're for, yeah, it's, yeah, that's what it's, that's the plus 22 means we're 22 ahead of the next person who has invested, which is no one. And here we are 4 points ahead of the one who was invested there first. So, yes. Corfu, Naxos. Yeah, taking over the Constantinople will be hilarious. That's a side goal. Making sure the Ottoman Empire does not get a lot of stuff done. That's also why I want to ally Austria, because the only province I ever would really want from them is Gurs. The other stuff from Austria they can keep. I would like to just be their best buddy, just keep everyone happy. The fact that they have rivaled us is therefore a pain in the ass. But that's why I also rivaled Hungary instead, so we are natural friends through that. And if we look here, we see that the enemy of my enemy is going up by 1 point every month, which is of course very helpful. And they are willing to trust us, and the Ottomans are indeed fighting Albania, so we get really close to them now. How far are you along? Oh, we're almost halfway there with Bosnia, which is not bad at all. We now have a +3 power projection, and it will only go up because we have rivals. And they give us global trade power, morale of armies and navies, and fort defense. So it's really good to have that enabled, have your rivals always. Winning wars will give you power projection and everything, so... yeah, at the beginning it will be to just make sure... Is Genoa? Yeah, Genoa is the trade nation that actually is a part of the H3, just like the Hansa is. So that's our disadvantage of being Venice. But then again, we are the strongest trade nation straight out from the gates. Military power is just going. We do have an extra relation, but I cannot do anything really right now. I could get another vassal, basically. Oh yeah, and we are Siege of Rhodos. They are being attacked by rebels, it appears. And we cannot see that for some reason, which is a shame. I have no diplomats. You cannot declare war on the country. You have a... so I cannot... yeah, there's no possible neighboring province. So only if we have mentees could we even consider to claim Rhodes. Stuff we could hopefully take at one point will be Cyprus from a mission. Okay, since I want to avoid having these ships be destroyed or taken over... oh, we actually don't have a diplomat to send right now, and... I'll recall the one from Austria for now and have him go back as soon as possible. Relations stop improving. Yeah, so we will have to fight these ships. Indeed we do. And hope maybe we even get to catch one or two of them. I mean, there's nowhere they can really flee, so... There goes one of them down. Two down. I'd rather catch some ships. We catch none, sadly. But now we do have a diplomat freed, so we can do a full annexation. 7.3 aggressive expansion penalty, highest with Albania, but they're going to be caught by the Ottomans really soon. You can see a lot of nations don't like that we're taking stuff. And I don't just want to vassalize them, I just want to take them whole. Here we go, Conquest Casbelli. We gain 5 prestige for taking it. And then we are going to go back to... Oh. Yeah, it needs to come back first. Integrate Ragusa, I would like that. Conquer Cyprus, is at peace with the Ottomans, owns Cyprus. That's perfectly what I want to do. Conquest against Cyprus has been taken. I would like to get that island over there, and then I can actually create a claim on Rhodes. But taking Cyprus is going to be very useful. They are being guaranteed by the Mamluks. The Mamluks probably don't have that big of a navy to deal with anyway. And for now, I'm just going to wait a tick. I do want to start this core right now. It only takes 2 years. We have high revolt risk, so I'm going to keep my army there for now. And my diplomat is free, so we'll send it back to Austria for now. So the fact that we have the claim and the conquest on Cyprus is going to last us a little bit anyway. The question is, how much do the Mamluks have? Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. This has been the first episode of our Venice Let's Play. If you like this video and want to follow it more, please like it and subscribe to the channel. It will be helping me out and you will get more awesome content the longer you keep watching. Other than that, again, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys later.